What? We're back. And
welcome.
Yeah. You're moving the blind. Buttercup, come on, baby. Come on over here. To me, welcome to Omnis Eat Vegan. My name's John.
Nick. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Neil.
And today we're going to be trying alternative pastas.
Alternative spaghetti, yeah.
We've got Nasoy's Pasta Zero shiitake spaghetti.
Yep.
And then we also have skinny pasta.
Skinny pasta. Spaghetti shape, sugar-free, gluten-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free, contains fiber, all natural, Konjac spaghetti, which I think that's Konjac spaghetti as well. I might be pronouncing
Konjac?
that. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. But it's alternative spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
I think we've said on previous videos that I'm looking to try more high-fat, low-carb foods because of just some different reasons, but I don't want to really go into too much here. But these here are, I found these actually in our local grocery store. Actually, both of them. They're two different grocery stores though. But this one, the skinny pasta, there's 2 servings per bag, and there's 10 calories in here. 5 carbs, but 5 dietary fibers. So if you're counting like net carbs, it's 0 carbs, but it's 0 fat too.
Okay.
So it's very low in like but then it doesn't really have much of anything. It has sodium, a little bit of calcium, a little tiny bit of iron, and a tiny bit of potassium.
Okay.
That's it.
Now in the Nasoy, it's holy Leo. This is also about 2 servings.
Okay.
The calories are 15.
Okay.
The total fat is 0, cholesterol 0, sodium 0, total carb is 4 grams.
Mm-hmm.
The dietary fiber is 3 grams.
Okay, so that's got
So
one net carb.
it would have a 1 net carb. Please don't do that, Nicholas.
2 for the bag, yeah.
2 for the bag. And then there's 1 gram of protein.
Yeah, so, I mean, I hate to say it this way, but these are like almost air.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really hardly anything in here. Like I said, the biggest thing in this one is the sodium, which is 15 milligrams, and then 21 milligrams of calcium, 1 milligram of iron, and 3 milligrams of potassium.
No, I will say that preparing these pastas is a lot more complex than, say, your
Regular
traditional
pasta.
pasta.
Yeah.
I mean, both of these packages, as I am aware, suggested that you open the package, drain the water, rinse the pasta maybe twice, and then attempt to warm it up. I'm going to be warming.
You almost like fry it. It's
Yeah.
like in a frying pan.
I'm going to be warming both up in the same method. I'm going to be using a frying pan, and I don't know that it suggests oil.
It does not, no.
Then I will not be using any oil. I was going to say that I was going to be using some oil, but I'm not going to be using any oil. I'll just be throwing it in the pan and probably flipping it as fast as I can to make sure that
It doesn't burn.
It doesn't crisp.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have it on low heat. So
Okay.
2 to 3 minutes. We'll be right back. And we do have some sauce that's cooking. We'll have that.
Yeah, we'll
when
have
we come
some
back.
tomato basil from Rayo's
We will.
sauce. So, okay, we'll be right back.
We're back. I just got done cooking both pastas. Literally, when they say 2 to 3 minutes, they mean 2 to 3 minutes. It is very quick. You want to make sure that you rinse both pastas very thoroughly. They do have a smell when they come out of the bag. Not terrible, but it's definitely smells like something that's been kept in water. You want to make sure you do a good job rinsing, and then if you use the frying pan method, it's a quick in. You make sure that they don't stick to the pan because you're not using any oil. You move it around a lot, and in and out. I used very high heat on both scenarios, and literally, I don't know if you can see the steam, but both of them
steaming up here.
both of them are very hot. So they also recommend that if you don't use the frying pan method, that you can heat them in the microwave the same way. We didn't really try that. This is all pan seared or pan heated.
Okay.
Okay?
And then we have some tomato basil spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, do you need to see that?
No.
Okay, very good.
All right, so you want to start with the pasta zero?
Sure.
And stay tuned for Monday's video, this coming Monday's video. We're gonna actually taste test these tonight, and then right after we finish the taste test, we're gonna film a mukbang. So
Because there's a significant amount of pasta.
yeah, so stay tuned. We're only gonna eat a little bit right now, just to taste test. And then we will be eating this as our dinner tonight and filming it as a mukbang. So stay tuned for Monday to see what we have to talk about in our mukbang this week.
Oh, sorry.
So we're starting with the pasta zero one.
Pasta zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can put some sauce on it if you want, Nick, or you can eat it without sauce.
Yeah. And that's fine.
The noodles are quite long.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Okay.
Now these are the shiitake.
That is a long noodle.
These are the
Okay.
shiitake-based mushrooms.
Okay.
Or shiitake-based pasta.
All right.
I did rinse this fairly well, but to me there is a flour flavor that is very present.
This isn't flour, is it?
There is a special kind of flour that's in it, and I don't know.
Konjac flour
Konjac flour
and chickpea flour.
and chickpea flour. Both of them, to me, this is not exactly pasta, but is it a suitable replacement for me? Yes.
Yeah, the
I-
ingredients on this are very few.
Yes.
It's water, konjac flour, chickpea flour, potato starch, calcium hydroxide, and reduced iron. That's it.
Okay. To me, the best you could say, I mean, if you were like really worried about the mushroom flavor, it's really not. To me, it's not very present.
No, I don't taste mushrooms, and I don't like mushrooms.
So I think this is probably, I mean, if you're looking to replace pasta, the carbohydrates in pasta, this is not bad. Now, I don't remember what this costs per bag. I mean,
I don't know.
I know this. There is no way that this is less expensive than pasta.
No. No, it's both of them are definitely more expensive than, like, especially because we would buy our pasta when it's on sale for like 89 cents or $1 a box.
Thank you, sweetie. So I'm going to give this a, I mean, it's a good replacement. I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. I mean, I definitely can see myself eating this and enjoying it. Nick, what do you think?
Down you go.
Nick, what do you think of the pasta, buddy?
8.
You're going
An
8 too.
Okay. What do you think, Neil?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give it a 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. With the sauce, it tastes a little bit different.
Yeah, I agree.
I did not try it with the sauce. So
It was a little bit like chewy. I don't know. It seemed a little not chewy. I don't want to say chewy, like really chewy, but it seemed a little chewy in terms of just being a pasta replacement. But not too bad. I think there was a slight
Go ahead.
difference in terms of taste when without sauce.
Yes, I
And then
will
with-
agree that there's
and then
definitely a
mixed
difference
sauce.
in taste when it comes to sauce versus no sauce.
So I don't think there's a small flavor change, and I don't think it tasted bad with the sauce. I think it tastes really well with the sauce. But also again, the major factor with both these is comparison to price with pasta, and just doesn't hold up.
Yeah. My score on the pasta zero, I'm gonna give it a 9. I just want to be different. I think it tastes good. In fact, the best thing that I could tell you, I didn't give Neil enough. The best thing that I could tell you, or the best comparison, is that it tastes like spaghetti that's not 100% cooked. Because it's almost like the center of the noodle is like chewy, and then like the exterior part of the noodle is soft. So, but I think it's good. I was actually very nervous to film this video because I love pasta so much that I was nervous to film this video. But I'm gonna give that a 9. I think when you put the spaghetti sauce on top of it, the actual sauce on top of it, you can't taste the difference as far as I'm concerned. So
I will tell you that I could have cooked. I mean, obviously you can cook it longer. You just have to make sure that you maintain
you
the
don't burn
skillet.
it. Okay.
I did use a lid on my skillet, at least for part of the time. So, I mean, I think this is very quick. I mean, if you want pasta quick, this is your stuff. And then 2, this is not a turn on the pot and forget it like the other stuff. This is, you got to monitor it, make sure that it's not sticking. So.
Okay.
All right.
So the other one is the skinny pasta. The ingredients in here are similar to the other one. It's water, konjac, tapioca, calcium hydroxide, and citric acid. And that's it. Now this is a little bit weird because this noodle is like see-through. You can actually see through this noodle. Yep. Whereas the other one is like a yellow tinted, almost like a spaghetti, but this is like, you can see through this noodle.
To me, this reminds me of when I've been to a ramen. We have ramen pho places locally, and you know, if you had this is what I would expect when I went there to get their noodles. To me, this is perfect. I like this.
You think this is different from the first one?
I definitely think this is different. Okay. I think the taste is different, especially plain wise versus the other one. I think this has less of a taste. There's absolutely, to me, this is like eating.
I would agree with you. There's absolutely no taste in this.
This is just the texture of pasta. I think it does still.
I think it's a little bit harder than, well, it depends on how you cook your pasta. I like my pasta well cooked, so.
Right. Jessica likes pasta turned to mush. Most of the time, I do not like pasta cooked that way. Not that I'm a classically trained chef, but I have to overcook what my taste buds say when I cook regular traditional pasta. This stuff, I did not do that this time. I will try to experiment with this moving forward, given everybody's positive reviews, to try and maybe reduce its texture, its stiffness.
I don't mind it. It's not terrible.
It's
not too much.
It's not terrible.
So what score would you give this?
I'm going to give this a 9. I think this is better than the first one.
Okay.
So Nick, what do you think of this one?
Nick, what do you think of this one?
9.
You gonna give that a 9 as well?
Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Neil?
I'll just give it a.
Same score or different?
You're wishing you'd given the other one a 9 and
No,
give this a 10?
I don't know whether or not I should really give this a high score because it's a fine replacement. It's a fine replacement, but again, you can't taste anything. So pretty much the only thing you're going to be tasting with the pasta mixed with anything is the thing you're mixing it with.
Sauce.
The sauce. And I mean, regular spaghetti and noodles do sometimes that, depending on the sauce that you're using and how strong it is. But there is definitely a flavor when eating pasta, and this just doesn't have a flavor. And I don't know whether to give it a high score.
It's so neutral that you feel like
because it's that neutral. I enjoyed it. I would eat it again, but I'm just gonna give it a standard 5. Just because
it's that neutral that it's influenced his ability to
because I don't think it should get a high score because it doesn't have a taste and doesn't. I mean texture it's fine. Texture it's fine. It has a very spaghetti-like feel, but again it doesn't really have a definitive taste. It's just 3 ingredients mixed to make a skinny pasta. So I'm gonna go with just a 5. I'm not gonna say it's horrible. It's not horrible at all, but it's not like there's no taste, so I'm not going to give it a high score. I'm not going to give it that a high score because at least it tastes different without the sauce and it tastes a little bit interesting with sauce. So that has a little more uniqueness in terms of vegan pasta, where this is just
a low carb pasta.
Low carb pasta, where this is just kind of nothing's there. So to reiterate, I don't hate it. I'd still eat it, but to me, I would rather have a flavor, a little bit of a flavor, like Pasta Zero's given me, than absolutely nothing at all.
Okay. I like it. I'm going to give it a 9, only because of the fact that it reminds me so much of regular spaghetti. And I mean, regular spaghetti is, for the most part, vegan. I mean, unless you're using like an egg noodle or something like that. Most of the time, it's vegan. But I just thought that this was unique, and I guess there's actually several different ones. I've never tried other ones other than these 2. These are the first 2 I've tried that aren't traditional pasta. And like I said, I'm gonna give them both a 9 because you throw this on my plate. Now, you can tell the skinny pasta just because it's a different color. The Pasta Zero, because of the coloring, I don't know that if you put that, you toss that with sauce,
Yeah, if you toss
and
the sauce.
served it to somebody, they might be like, oh, that's a different texture a little bit than normal spaghetti, but I don't think they'd notice that it was not normal spaghetti. And the skinny pasta, again, as long as you tossed it, there's probably more of a likelihood that they'd notice that the skinny pasta was different, just because the texture, again, is a little bit more chewy, a little bit more crunchy almost than the pasta zero, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So I give them both a 9 just because I think they could both pass as regular pasta. So, but these are products that are newer to us. I've never seen the skinny pasta before. That is totally new, to me at least.
Right.
And the Nasoya we've seen before, but we've just never tried it.
Yeah, I would agree. The skinny pasta, to me, I mean, if you had some soy sauce, some vegetable broth, you could make a really wonderful ramen, however you want to say that.
Yeah.
To me, that's just, and some vegetables, you could make a really wonderful pasta dish, very low carb.
I think specifically with the skinny pasta, in terms of that, that would soak up the flavor more. Since it has no flavor, it would soak up the flavor, which I think that would do very well in. Pasta zero, I don't know as much, because since it has a little bit of, a little bit of a flavor
So it's
to it.
so you're recommending like the pasta zero for like a tomato-based sauce?
I think it'd do better in that than a ramen or ramen that you would use, versus the skinny pasta, which I think would just drain a little bit of that flavoring, which would make it, it would enhance the noodles at least a little bit.
I'll be honest with you, I think that given a vegan butter or garlic sauce that I traditionally make, it'll disappear.
Yeah.
I'll kill it.
Yeah.
Whatever flavor it has, it won't. Between the amount of garlic and other seasonings that I put in.
Specifically, I meant Miyoko's butter, yes.
Yeah, Miyoko's butter. Yeah, it's done.
And we found Miyoko's at our Trader Joe's, our local Trader Joe's, which is an hour and a half from us, for $2 less than the Wegmans near us. The Wegmans is only like 20 minutes away. The Trader Joe's is an hour and a half away, so it's but it's $2 cheaper. So if you haven't seen it at your Trader Joe's, check and see, because it might be there. So
this has been Omnis Vegan.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for a mukbang.
Stay tuned for a mukbang that's going to be happening next Monday. Next Monday. Type a comment if you have one. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're interested in being notified about these videos and more coming in the future, or you haven't watched any of our past videos, go watch them as well. This has been Omnis Vegan from John, Neil, Nick, and Jessica. Have a wonderful day.
bye.
Bye.